everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you guys how to make Baigan Choka. Now, Baigan is an eggplant. So basically how this dish is made is you roast the eggplant stuffed with garlic and then you mash it up with pepper and onion, and then it's usually eaten with roti. This dish is famous in Guyanese households. It's usually made with roti for breakfast. So what you want to start off by doing is you want to wash your two eggplants really well. I have one really large eggplant and a smaller one right here. So what you want to do is after you wash it, you want to take a paring knife or a small knife and you just want to make a little incision into the eggplant. Now, I want to also go over the ingredients before I get started into this. I have some garlic here, some scallions, a sliced onion, some salt to taste. I have about 4 wiri peppers, or you can use any hot peppers of your choice. And I also have some oil to chunke my Baigan Choka at the end. So as I was saying before, you want to get a knife and you want to make a little incision. Then you want to take one of your cloves of garlic and you want to stuff it inside of that hole. And you're going to see that it stuffs inside. And then you just want to continue that process until you distribute your garlic evenly between the two eggplants. So I'm going to continue this step between the two eggplants and then I'm going to show you guys what we do next. I've gotten all of the garlic inside of my two eggplants here. And what I want to do is I want to wrap it up now in some foil. So the way that I'm cooking this today is going to be in my oven. The reason I'm cooking in the oven today is because it's raining really badly outside, so I can't use the grill. If you had a gas stove, you could wrap it in foil or leave it open like this and go ahead and roast it right on the open flame. Or you could wrap it up and roast it on the open flame also. However, I have an electric stove, so it's a little hard to roast it on top of the heating platform. So I'm just going to roast it in the oven today. But if it was a nice sunny day outside, I would go ahead and put these straight onto the grill. And what the grill does, or the electric stove does, is the gas stove, it gives the eggplant a nice smoky flavor, and that's what you really want when you're making Baigan Choka. But it comes out just as well when you put it in the oven. So I've wrapped up my two baigans here, and I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. Or basically until both of your eggplants are nice and soft inside. This time I'm going to take out the flesh from my baigan. I already did one over here. I'm going to show you guys how to do the other one. So what you want to do is you want to split it in half. And you want to let them cool when they come out of the oven just a little bit. Then I just want to scrape out all of the flesh from the inside. I'm going to get it all out. All of the garlic that you had roasting in there, you want all those pieces to come out too. And you want to try to leave the skin out. So I'm just going to keep scraping out all of the baigan from here, and then I'm going to show you guys the next step. I dug all of my baigan out and I have all of the meat from the vegetable inside of my bowl here. I also want to mention that I have my oil heating up in this small little pan, just a few tablespoons of oil, and I want to heat it up until it's really hot so I could go ahead and chunke my Baigan Choka. So you just want to take your potato masher, or you could take a fork and do this, and you just want to mash it up until it gets nice and fine. You want all of the pieces of garlic to be mashed really finely and inside of and distributed throughout the baigan. Now the reason I'm adding in the oil is just to take some of that pungent flavor off of the onions. I know that some people do not like raw onions in their food, so if you wanted to, you could go ahead and take the onions and fry it in that oil for a few minutes. But I'm fine with the taste of raw onion, and I know my family is fine with the way that I make this, so I'm not going to fry them. This is the way that I like it. If you wanted them to be cooked a little, you could go ahead and add it into the oil. Then you just want to mix this around a little bit until it's nice and fine. And I don't see any more chunks of the garlic. So at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in my onions. And as you add them in, you just want to break them up a little. You can add more onions, you can add less onions. This is just the amount that I'm using. And you want to leave your onions at the top, so this way when you pour in the oil, it'll cook the onion just a little bit. Cutting off the heat on my oil, it's really nice and hot. You'll know that when the oil is hot when it starts to glisten in the pan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the hot oil all over the onions, and it's going to cook the onion just a little bit. You want to hear that sizzle of the oil. This part is called chunking the Baigan Choka because the hot oil, when you put anything in hot oil and when you put hot oil on something, that's called chunking something. When you hear that sizzle. So I just want to mix that in, and at this point I'm going to add in all of my scallions. And I want to add in my hot peppers. Remember I told you I had about 4 of these hot wiri peppers. You want to add them in. I'm going to take 2 of those peppers and I'm going to mash them on the side here of my bowl just to get that flavor out. And I'm going to leave the other 2 of them unmashed. And I'm going to give it a taste just to see how spicy it is. So I'm going to mix this up. And you're going to see all the baigan is nice and smooth and broken up. It's exactly what you want. And at this point I'm going to add in my salt. You want to give this a good amount of salt because the baigan really does have no flavor. When you add in everything else, you want the salt to give it that nice flavor. So basically this is done here. I'm going to taste it and I'm going to dish it out into a bowl for you guys to see the finished product. Everyone, here's the finished Baigan Choka. I made sure to taste it for salt and it was perfect. And when I tasted it, all of that pepper was nice and spicy in there. This is best eaten with oil roti or sada roti, and I already have my oil roti video up on my channel. I'll link it up above in this video here for you guys to go ahead and check out. I hope you guys enjoyed being in the kitchen with me today. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'll leave a comment down below on what you guys would like me to make next. Thanks for watching.